injured. Their depth isn't as deep as it used to be earlier in the season, and they have to be mindful of that all game long.
Eagles do control the opening tip. It's about surviving and advancing. Kason Harrison will run the offense. First touch for Telford. Harrison averages about 4 assists per game. He also scores 11 points per contest. Telford inside, in and out. Gets his own rebound, back up and in.
See how hard Telford works. We talk about not the strongest guy out there on the floor, but plays strong, plays fierce, plays aggressive. Not afraid to sacrifice his body.
Starting lineups presented by Sun Belt Rentals. Good news for the Highlanders. Brian Antoine is back. He missed the regular season finale, but he returns today from his ankle injury, and DeQuan Smith gets his first shot to go.
And DeQuan Smith, understanding that they're going to try to rush him off that three-point line, showing his ability to get downhill.
Hightower trying to find some daylight, pretty well defended. And Jules gets out of there with a rebound. Josiah Jeffers back in the starting lineup. Antoine, cross lane pass for Jules, back outside Jeffers. 3 ranges in and out, and Telford collects the rebound.
And Jeffers trying to spread the floor, showing his ability to shoot the three. More of a downhill guard that likes paint touches and can facilitate once he gets in the paint, but also has to show his ability to be a threat out there.
DeQuan Smith got a piece of that Sincere McMahon 3 from the corner.
And Josiah Jeffers almost slipped and fell there. Make sure we get some.
Heard some comments about the court being a little slippery. There is ice underneath. Jules to the basket.
That's one thing Jules brings to the table, is that's energy and activities, a high-flying forward that is always looking for duck-ins, but also will be available off of hard screens for the alley-oop or lob.
Jack Jules playing the 150th game of his college basketball career tonight. McMahon going baseline, flings it back outside. Claxton, 5 to shoot. Harrison, foot on the line, 2. Rebounded by Smith.
Smith did a good job of boxing out Telford there.
And a foul on the floor going on McMahon. Radford went 12-6 in the regular season, tied for 2nd place. Got the 3 seed behind Longwood. Radford won both regular season meetings against Winthrop. Won by 3 in February, and then won by 14 in Rock Hill back in early January.
Yeah, in that second game, Telford had a double-double. I think he had 12 points, 10 rebounds, but Quan Smith had 24 points with 5 threes made.
Antoine, rebounded by Telford. 3 rebounds already for Kelton Telford, who averages 8 boards per game. Feeding it inside again, a little too far underneath for Hightower, but he gets the whistle. As we look at Shane Nichols, his younger brother Darius charged with a DUI on February 19th. And in an email to the Roanoke Times 5 days later, Darius took responsibility, apologized. He has been away from the team since the arrest. He will rejoin the program on Monday, regardless of what happens this weekend. If the Highlanders can win behind Shane, Darius will take over a team that's going dancing, awaiting selection Sunday. It's obviously adversity that they've had to deal with. It's jumbled up the momentum. But this is still a confident Radford basketball team that would love to bring home a trophy to their head coach.
Well, yeah, it's going to be all about the response to that adversity, and they have the capability and the personnel to be able to win this tournament. But some things have to fall in their play, and one thing is they're going to have to stop the high-powered offense of Winthrop.
Oh, great defense, and that's a jump ball as Sal Caresi gets the tie-up.
And Hightower's definitely starting this game off being aggressive, trying to get downhill, but you see there a great tangle up there to make it a 50-50 ball where the referee had to make that call.
We're tied at 4, nearly 4 minutes gone. Oni Eziakuta in the game.
Great ball movement.
Radford knocks down the 3 after he faked the initial look.
Yeah, and he probably had that one more open than the second one there, but when you have good basketball movement and rhythm, that is a bang-bang play for you.
Lane comes up shooting. This is his first shot in off the bench. Lane, the redshirt sophomore from Atlanta. He's had a great season for the Eagles off the bench. Highlanders are doing a good job popping that ball around. No one's holding it for more than a second or two. Now Jeffers finds himself open. Doesn't get the bounce. Battle for the board taken by the Eagles.
That's several good offensive possessions for Radford where they have moved the ball and really tried to do a good job of spreading Winthrop's defense.
On the drive, too strong. Here comes Radford. Lane missed it. Jeffords leads the break. Antoine banks it home.
That's when Antoine is at his best, when Radford is able to get out in the open floor and run the defense.
Eagles have now missed their last 5 shots since the opening possession when Telford got his own rebound and scored. McMahon needs help. Back to Xavier McKelvey, the freshman from right here in Charlotte, out of United Faith Christian. Loose ball, McKelvey lost it, and that's not what Mark Prosser's looking for.
Great defense from Josiah Jeffers there, putting pressure on the primary ball handler, Winthrop.
Impressive start for the Highlanders in our final quarterfinal on this Friday night.
Citywide to countryside. Whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading protection to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
I know you feel alone, like you have to carry all the weight on your shoulders. But look around. You are not alone. We have your back.
No matter what side of the court or field, there is hope to heal. Visit www.nccadv.org to take a stand against domestic violence.
There's not a secret to what actually happens behind the scenes at a bank. Here at First Citizens, we're trying to educate the client in each step of what's actually going to happen and actually have them make the educated decision around what steps and what options they utilize. We want to become that trusted advisor that actually guides them down that road, helping you reach your goals. That's Forever First.
The 2023 Big South Men's Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Visit HerculesTires.com. By the North Carolina Coalition Against Domestic Violence at nccadv.org. By Sunbelt Rentals, we have equipment for that. And by First Citizens Bank, Forever First. Back in Charlotte, North Carolina, these fans have been waiting all day long for the opportunity to take the floor and watch their teams compete. And look, Campbell got here Wednesday. They're still going to be here on Saturday. Longwood took the floor 3 hours ago, they're on the bus heading home. It
Yes.
can end quickly.
Yeah, that's how important these games are for these kids, and understanding that it can happen so quickly in the drop of a hat if you don't control the controllables.
Niang can't finish. Majao Niang, the grad transfer from Florida Atlantic, attacking quickly. Here's Kason Harrison. Not wasting any time.
That's what he does best, especially getting to that left hand. Can find ways to get to the basket and create.
Smith missed it. Push on the rebound action. It's going to stay here. I think they got Hightower.
Yeah, they got Hightower there. He's outsized down there, but has a motor and works extremely hard.
So this is interesting. You see Jeffrey Griffin, the PA announcer, longtime voice of the Joel Coliseum, where Mark Prosser's dad roamed for 6 fantastic seasons. Mark making his dad proud in his second year at Winthrop. 38-25, leading the Eagles. Went to the Big South title game last year before they ran into the Longwood Buzzsaw. Oh, nifty pass, but Smith couldn't hit the shot. Had the Eagles defense confused. Harrison, nifty move, finishes off the glass. Are you kidding me?
That's what Harrison does. The guy can finish in a myriad of ways by getting downhill. He's shifty. He can freeze you with his hesitation. Really, really tough guard.
And he's made some big shots this year. Game winners. Several times. Beat Asheville, beat Longwood. Giles and one. This freshman has some spunk to him. Kenyon Giles from Chesapeake.
Yeah, Giles is a 3-level scorer, but look at this hesitation you see from Harrison there. And then putting English on that finish where he had to be able to ward off a very, very athletic defender in Jules. And then you see Giles getting downhill, attacking the high foot of McMahon and finishing for the and one.
It's the second foul on Sincere McMahon. Tell me why that matters.
Because he can shoot the three. He can really shoot the three. He spreads the floor, shows his ability, but also can serve as another primary ball handler. With him out, you lose balance offensively.
Yeah, McMahon's made at least 1 3 in every single game this year, all 31 of them, but he's on the bench right now. 72 threes on the season for Sincere McMahon. And he's sidelined with 2 fouls. Just under 13 minutes to play in the first half.
And that could have easily been a strategy for Radford, who has attacked him twice now.
Be interesting to see if Mark Prosser is able to keep him on the bench, or to see him back out there. Good defense. Archer poked it away. Ezzy Akuta kept the pivot foot, to the dismay of Winthrop fans, who are still signaling travel beyond the Winthrop bench.
Yeah, Ezzy Akuta's had a couple of situations where his feet have looked a little happy, and that's the second time the Winthrop crowd has gotten a little upset at it.
Jules had it knocked away, and then it was blocked from behind. Kelton Telford with a swat.
Telford playing tough out there.
On the glass, the freshman McElvey gets the putback.
And he's come in and earned more minutes as the season has progressed, and he's going to be called upon, especially with McMahon out.
Nothing but air on that, Chuck. And we'll get a timeout. It feels like Winthrop has gotten off its early schneid. We get a 2-point game. Just over 8 minutes gone, first half.
How hype can you be? How psyched can you feel? How loud can you get? Make some noise!
Winthrop and Radford for the 85th time. The series goes way back. Radford has won 44 of the 84 previous games, but one of their wins was vacated, so the official series record 43-40. It's the 12th ever meeting between these two in the Big South tournament, so they've had plenty of high-stakes clashes. This is the first one since the 2008 semifinals 5 years ago, when Radford prevailed by 9. Jules, oh, and one. Defend that at your own risk.
I told you, got to watch out for him because he will take advantage after setting good screens. You saw there was a screen there. They throw the lob up to him 2-3 times a game. It did not matter. He brought it down, corralled it, and then went right over Hightower. Not enough weight on those shoulders, young fella.
When his parents named him Shaq, they had some idea of what it might be.
You had no choice but to try to break a backboard or two.
Of course, he was born and grew up in Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
But not Shaquille.
No.
Shaquan.
Yeah.
He's his own man.
Yeah, but he can be influenced, right? He even sometimes pulls the knees up. If you watch some of his highlights, he'll pull the knees up like Shaq used to.
Yeah.
He's never made anybody want to throw a basketball at him after dunking on him, but there's time to.
As a guy who's been known to dunk from time to time, is there a dunk from your career that you are most proud of? Maybe a guy that you victimized that you still smile about to this day?
I'm not going to say his name because we're on. He has to live with that. But I'll give you.
What are his initials?
All right, he played at Liberty. I'll just tell you that.
Ooh.
Played at Liberty. I took the roll action. I set a good screen, roll. He had to come over from help. At that point, it's too late. You can't help. And I took off maybe a step inside the free throw line off of 2 feet. And kaboom. You want to call it that?
Reverberating to this day. And a bumping foul. Harrison got hit by Antoine. I'm trying to think of who was on Liberty during that time. Yeah. Dale Layer was coaching, right?
Maybe. I just know that I'll tell you this. A piece of his soul will be mine for the rest of his life.
And you know who you are if you're out there watching. The Liberty Flames, they're playing in the Atlantic Sun Championship game this weekend. Coming from behind last night in the semis. Oh, nice finish. Kason Harrison won't be denied.
You see Harrison just showing his ability to finish with contact consistently. That is something that he has definitely established as a skill.
Radford by 2. 12 to shoot. Jeffers pulls up, hits him.
Talked about it before. It's just good ball movement for Radford. One side of the floor to the other, really spreading Winthrop out. And they're doing a solid job, but by that point, it's more about Radford being in a rhythm. It doesn't matter if you have a hand in his face.
Corner 3, McElvey buries it.
Yeah, McElvey coming in and giving some great minutes off the bench as a freshman.
It's a blocking foul. And McElvey's got 5 points off the bench. Only made 8 threes all season until now.
Yeah, I mean, he got a bad closeout from Jeffers there. Did not respect his three just based on the scout report. They probably say close out soft on him. but he made him pay.
Foul was on Claxton his first. Going baseline and strong finish. Josiah Jeffers. Back-to-back buckets.
He was so efficient with his movement there. Just straight to the point on that drive. Just a rip and finish.
Telford shot 67% this year. Got away with a little elbow. And they're going to call Radford for the foul. Late whistle from Justin Porterfield.
Well, that's a tough one because, you know, if you're Jules, you see him take a elbow to the face at that point.
He got him on the arm.
The arm that he wasn't shooting with, though.
Yeah, that's true. Still can impact the shooter.
Yeah, it can impact the shooter, but at that point, I thought it was already out of his hands by that point.
Certainly out of his hands by the time the whistle came. Again, that's not saying it wasn't a foul. The whistle came a smidge late.
Yeah, my thing is with Telford, he threw a nice little elbow at Jules as well, where
got away with it.
Yeah, in retaliation. I don't know, man. You can't just.
They always catch the second guy.
I'm gonna tell you, if you put your hands in my pocket, I'm gonna grab your wrist.
That's not something I've tried to do the last few days, and I wasn't planning on it, but it's good to know that you've warned me.
I'm going to grab the wrist.
10 to shoot. Backing down, Caressi. Nice finish.
What a beautiful finish there. Great pivot. Used the seal to continue to get that angle he needed to finish, and then put it in the right place. Good English.
Caressi, 4 years at Richmond, first year at Radford. Trying to make a memorable March run. McMahon's back out there with the 2 fouls. McMahon in the corner. Comes up short. Battle for the board taken by Giles.
Yeah, you can tell how hard Radford was fighting for that possession, but Winthrop got themselves a good shot with McMahon that doesn't get much daylight normally.
As Iakuda comes up short. McMahon bumped. Playing through it. Harrison kicks it. McMahon buries it.
Yeah, he's got 2 options like that. I know the second one's going in. He's too efficient of a shooter to miss 2 in a row like that.
32 games this year. He's made at least 1 3 in every single one of them. Finished the season strong, about 19 points per game in his last 6. Ezi Akuda from the other side. Same result, and the foul's on Radford. It's a hold on Caressi.
You see McMahon just taking advantage of what's given to him. Harrison gets to the paint. McMahon makes him pay.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
The B1 Performance Patch elevates physical functions by transforming carbs into glucose used to fuel the body. Don't compete without it. Visit buyb1.com or on social media at B1Patch.
Last year, I had more blood and platelet transfusions than I can count. During my treatment for acute T-cell lymphoblastic lymphoma, the chemotherapy took a toll over my body. And one of the main things that helped me survive was my routine blood transfusions. Blood donors keep cancer patients like me fighting every day. Sign up now at thebloodconnection.org/donate.
There's over 450 million hoopers out there. One will outscore the country and put Norman on the map. Less than 1% of high school players get a scholarship. Odds of freshmen will lead the nation in points and assists. One ain't never been done. 1.3% of college players get drafted. Only one would drop 48 and 11 in the conference finals. One would know this is just the beginning. Trey had a 1.5 billion chance to get here, but he saw a possibility.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
March is here, and the ESPN Tournament Challenge is back. Scan the QR code to download the app, play the #1 bracket game, create a group, invite your friends, and get ready for the madness. Sign up for the ESPN Tournament Challenge right now. John Williams, Winthrop has a 14-7 edge on the boards. However, Radford has a 1-point lead.
Yeah, that could be because of the turnovers that Winthrop has had. Got 5 of them so far. And so even though you are winning the boards, you have to make sure that once you do gain the ball, you have to take care of it.
And with Winthrop having 5 turnovers, Radford has 0.
Been very efficient with the ball.
Highlanders 9 of 20. Eagles 7 of 15. McMahon lost it, turned it over. Daquan Smith has numbers. He'll take it himself and get blocked. Lane had his hands on it, couldn't control it. Smith another chance for 3.
That all started. Winthrop had to scramble after that missed shot. They did everything they could to take away the layup.
Talford creates contact. Has a chance to answer with a 3-point play. And a little post-bucket chirping that Justin Porterfield is trying to nip in the bud before it escalates into anything more substantial.
Yeah, Talford did a good job of just keeping his pivot. As you see here, Smith missing the layup, but making sure that he took advantage of a wide-open 3 that he doesn't get much of. And Talford here, establishing that pivot, using his shoulders, getting the space he needed with his pivots, and finishing for the foul. I didn't want to say and one until it went in.
Archer picked up his 2nd foul in that sequence for Radford. Telford missed the free throw. It's been an interesting first half. Both teams have had moments. Neither has created substantial separation. Blocking foul, count the basket.
A couple of late calls in today's game, but
John Harrison, #1 on Kasem. Look, I think that's the right call.
Yeah, it's the right call.
But it's just such a tough call to make.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they got that right. But I've also seen that be called a charge a couple dozen times this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and I appreciate the patience of the referee, just making sure that he got it right. He had to process it for a quick second, and I think he made the right play on that one, right call.
Tough 2 for Jeffers, looking for his 7th point of the half. Yep. His 122nd game in his 5th year as a Highlander. Playing well down the stretch of the season. 7 first-half points here in the Big South quarterfinals. Talford. Traveled. Yep.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought they were going to call a little bit earlier because he traveled and did not establish his feet on the catch. And so his feet moved before he put the ball on the deck, and then, kind of dragged that pivot off of a couple of bumps. And at that point, the ref is looking at the feet off the initial catch. 7 turnovers for Winthrop.
Which doesn't scream at you, except for the fact that Radford has 0.
Yeah, well, we talked about
shot to Daquan Smith.
Winthrop trying to figure out why they're not winning, right? And a lot of that is because of turning the ball over, because they are winning the rebounding battle.
And they're shooting a higher percentage, or they were until that Smith make. Both teams are now at an even 50%. But 8 attempt difference. One team 8 of 16. Radford's 12 of 24. Corey Hightower gets where he wants to go.
Yeah, and that is what Corey Hightower does. He is a guy that will take advantage of the matchup. If you're big, he will take you on the perimeter and go by you or knock down the open three. But if you're small, he can take you in the post and create.
Daquan Smith, nothing but net.
And picking up where he left off. Remember, we talked about it before. Hit 5 threes against Winthrop in their last match.
So 24.
Yeah.
At 14 in the first meeting against the Eagles. Got 10 in the first half tonight. Harrison throws his body into Ibu Yamazaki and gets the foul on the Japanese freshman, number 54.
You see here, this is a situation where Winthrop is actually going into their zone, and Smith recognized it right away, where he knew that it was going to be a late closeout on him, and to get them out of that zone so that Winthrop doesn't get comfortable, just let him know that he is a threat from that perimeter. That is something that Winthrop is going to have to make sure that they clean up on. We've had some missed Halford free throws, and you see Harrison missing a few.
Look at a smiling Shane Nichols there. It's been a tough couple of weeks, Southwest Virginia. This Radford program, they've got to win on their senior day this past Saturday to snap a 3-game losing streak. Had a 9-point lead with 4 minutes left, almost let it slip away, won by 2 against Campbell. And Campbell was just waiting to pounce on the league. The Camels, the 7 seed, into the semis with a win over Longwood earlier. Yamazaki can't bank in the 3, but my goodness, Jules takes the gift after Harrison tipped it to him at the rim.
You see how he lifts the knees up, right? We can call him Shaq. Yeah, Talford's got to watch those feet, too.
Talford, trade up mid lane, won't go. Oh, Skies for the rebound, and then rejected by Yamazaki. Ibu Yamazaki, the big block. Which way are we going? It's an offensive foul, says Mark Schnurr on the baseline. Good sportsmanship there between Hightower and Jules. How does this happen?
Well, you see him just being at the right place at the right time and getting himself a nice little highlight. It's 2 for him.
Nine-point lead, as big as it has been in this ball game so far. Winthrop arrives 1 game below 500. They need 2 wins in the tournament to keep their string of seasons with winning records going. They've had it 10 straight years. And that's in jeopardy. Hightower throws up an air ball. Timeout on the floor. The Radford Highlanders are playing together, connected, and have built a 9-point first half lead. We are full of joy here in Charlotte, and we encourage you to try Starry, the new caffeine-free soda that provides a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor. Starry available in both original and zero sugar varieties, so pick yours up today. Fun Friday night atmosphere here in the Queen City. Short trip for Winthrop up from Rock Hill.
Yeah, they definitely got an impressive fan base here today.
Winthrop program, 13 Big South championships, 11 NCAA tournaments in the last 22 years. They have been the standard in the league, but they're in trouble right now. Giles missed. Here comes Lane in the Eagles. Harrison out there with McMahon, Hightower, Telford, and Claxton. Double comes immediately, and McMahon kicks it. Claxton doesn't take that often. In and out.
So then Claxton is capable of that, but he is a smart, defensively minded guard that can play inside and out. And so he has to show that he is a threat from there.
Eagles 2 for 9 from 3. Giles, not this time. Radford 3 for 10 from beyond the arc. Harrison, oh, what a move. Does a little pirouette in the lane, creates contact, and is slicing and dicing the Highlanders at his pleasure.
Yeah, Harrison there has not been an answer for him as far as what he's been bringing to the table offensively. He's been able to get to his spots each time, get to the paint, put a ton of pressure, make the right reads, and draw fouls.
Third foul on Ibu Yamazaki. 3 fouls in 5 minutes for Ibu.
I think that's the thing that Winthrop is trying to wait on, is getting into that rhythm that they're capable of getting into. They're terrifying when they're on offensively.
Jeffers knocks down the right wing. 2. Long 2 put on the line, so said the officials.
And Jeffers showing the willingness to take that shot will only make it tougher for Winthrop to guard one area of the floor.
Radford by 8, looking to stretch the lead. It's a block. And they're going to say before the basket. Now both fan bases are upset because Winthrop wanted a charge and Radford wanted the and1.
Yeah. Well, at this point, you're just going to have to take it.
Yeah, clearly, I don't even think in the NBA you get game 1 for that.
No.
Although maybe in the league.
But I do see where Coach Prosser is vying for an offensive foul with that elbow.
And now the question, is this a 1-and-1 or was it a shooting foul? Winthrop saying it should be a 1-and-1, and I would agree, because the foul was clearly before the shot. Shane Nichols, meanwhile, is making the shooting motion over there. Mark Prosser still pleading his case. Lee Klutz signaled 2 shots initially, and now I think he's going to make it 1-on-1. Yep. All right. That feels good as a coach when you know you're right and you make your case and you keep making it. And it's not like all the other times when you've just been barking out of frustration. You're really right this time, and the officials finally agree with you, and it's a 1-on-1.
And Prosser's earned the referee's respect at this point and what he's brought to the table for so many years as a coach, where they'll listen to him. There's certain times where I've seen coaches plead, fighting, scrapping, only dig themselves in a deeper hole because they haven't earned that respect yet.
Yeah, and the front end of the free throw won't go, and I got that one.
Yeah, that's a dub. That's a win for you.
To the basket, Telford. 7.5 for Kelton. Say this feels a little bit like the Radford, like the Campbell-Longwood game.
Yes.
Longwood jumped out to the 9-10 point lead. Winthrop maintained striking distance, but DeQuan Smith, well, he's playing the role of Isaiah Wilkins down to the number.
Isaiah Wilkins is, but at the same time, you know, Radford is very good defensively as long as they can accumulate stops. But if Winthrop gets themselves in the offensive rhythm like they're capable of, they're going to be tough to stop.
Quan Smith, 4 years at Murray State. Certainly got to know Shane Nichols well during that time. Shane, an assistant for the Racers from 2015 to 2021 before joining his brother in the New River Valley. 38-29, timeout was taken by Shane Nichols, who's 2 years older than his little brother Darius, who I imagine is enjoying his team's 9-point lead, but also agonizing over watching it from afar.
Yeah, it's got to be tough, but at the same time, when you establish a good culture, it doesn't matter, you know, who's at the helm at that point. It's just being able to execute and understand that the system, the culture is bigger than any individual.
.112 to play in the half. Kason Harrison, leading scorer for Winthrop so far with 10. Defended pretty well that time, though. Jeffers, Jules, Smith, Ezi Akuda, and Caresi. The Pitt transfer dishes to the corner. Jeffers, 3.
Jeffers is showing his ability to spread the floor, which is big, especially at that point guard position, because now it changes how you guard the ball screens.
12 points in the half for Jeffers. He had scored double digits just once in his previous 9 games before tonight. Claxton inside for Telford. Well defended by Jules. Just played straight up, strong man D. Boxed out, secured the miss.
And that's usually where Telford can make a...
Jules to beat the buzzer, comes up short. Radford will take a 12-point lead into the locker room.
But showing his ability to spread the floor and make Winthrop have to come out on the perimeter to set himself up for more drives and straight line options.
All right, 20 more minutes. Winthrop ball to begin the second half. Eagles average 9 made threes per game. They've only got 2 so far. First half stats brought to you by First Citizens Bank, forever first. First score of the second half belongs to Radford's Shaq Jules, courtesy of the goaltending in transition.
Radford got out in the open floor very quickly. Antoine did a good job of shooting that gap and reading the play and creating that fast break situation.
Harrison again slithers to the rim and lays it in.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Harrison's gonna have to invest in some body armor at some point to try to, he's always on the ground. He's got to be bruised up at this point.
Jeffers, the quick answer. I mean, quick, 6 seconds or so after the make by Harrison.
He doesn't play around with his drives. He's quick and to the point. He rips, he goes, absorbs contact, and can finish.
3 baskets in the first minute of the second half. Harrison sizes up the 3, puts it in.
That's not something that Harrison is known for, but he is definitely capable of it, especially once he can get himself in an offensive rhythm. Now to 15 points.
He shot a great percentage from 3 this year, but didn't take more than 2 of them a game.
Yeah, he doesn't look to do that, and that's because it's not a natural strength of his.
Oh my, could have been a 4-point play.
Absolutely.
Antoine got clipped on the way by as he sinks the 3.
And McMahon was definitely in his landing space.
Kick out, McMahon had the layup for him, and he missed it. Telford the rebound. Fouled by Jeffers. Number 1 on Josiah.
You see Telford. Oh man, what a beautiful rhythm jumper. You can definitely tell he's capable of it. We just don't see much of it from him. And then you see there.
How was that not a whistle?
Antoine gets wrecked on his landing, but still stays focused and concentrates and finishes.
Telford will get free throws. John Williams to my right is making the traveling signal.
I thought he, man, good gracious. Were the Radford fans doing that too?
They were.
Okay.
You're not alone.
Okay, I'm just saying, I was looking at it like, whoa, is that steps?
It's free throws for Telford, who has made great strides throughout his Winthrop career, averaged just under 6 points per game as a freshman, 8.5 points per game as a sophomore, and now 16 points per game this year. With 7 double-doubles on the season. Missed free throw, it's going to stay Winthrop ball.
It's another big opportunity for Winthrop there. They weren't able to capitalize from the charity stripe.
Yeah,
but
5 for 10 from the line, excuse me.
Yeah, but they do get another opportunity to try to score the ball.
Hightower going to work. Into a double team and into the Eagle bench. Oh, and they say it was deflected. I still think it hit a Winthrop Eagle last on the way to the bench. But I might be wrong. Lee Klutz had a better perspective than I did.
I was looking on the other side of the floor. I thought we were gone already.
Another chance for the Eagles this trip. They've missed a couple free throws. There's a kick ball that's going to reset the shot clock from 3 to 20. This is the possession that will not end.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, Winthrop has had a lot of time with the ball in their hands on this end of the floor. They've got to capitalize on this possession.
Feels like a critical one. Corner 3. Hightower puts it in.
And that is exactly what Winthrop needed.
2 missed free throws, deflected out of bounds, kick ball, and then a triple.
I mean, you can't go that many possessions and not score the ball.
Into the lane, in and out for Jeffers. Rebound number 8 for Kelton Telford. Telford was wide open inside, but he couldn't get the pass there. Hightower had it deflected and stolen. And then Harrison gives the foul in the backcourt. Picks up his second.
And the reason why Winthrop was not able to find an open Telford was because of the bee's nest created on the primary ball handle, and then a few deflections after that as well. Timing in that process is everything.
Mark Prosser worked as an assistant at Winthrop under Pat Kelsey, of course, and then took the head coach's job at Western Carolina for a few seasons. Took over for Pat when he left for College of Charleston. And what a season the Cougars have had down in the Low Country.
Coach Pat Kelsey definitely knows how to find the right players to fit his system, but also coaching them up.
He does that. That's a foul. Telford drills Jules.
Here's the thing. You gotta foul Jules hard like that. I'm being serious, man. If you don't want to be on your your nephew's poster, you have to make sure that you play him physical and early before he gets off the ground. I'm saying that Talford was looking to do that, but I prefer to foul you on the ground than you put me on a poster.
As a guy that played 4 years and stayed healthy, played like 118, 119 games in your Asheville career, what do you think when you see a guy like Jules, who's played 5 years, today's his 150th game?
Listen, if the game's going to allow you to do it, you play it. I was in an era where
you only got 4 years.
You only got 4. There were no special situations, but also we didn't have the COVID.
Yes, indeed. That's very true. You'll take the 4 years you got.
Yeah, listen, I'll take it. At that point, I mean, it's a very trying situation. You see, I put an emphasis on it. I put the in front of COVID. It was a definite dagger in the hearts of a lot of college basketball, but then also it's still impacting how people recruit. It's impacting how people decide on whether or not they want to stay and take an additional year. And so you're seeing an old college basketball league at this point.
Some tricky English on that finish from Corey Hightower. And at the other end, Jules answers immediately.
Radford gets down the floor so quickly, even after a made basket.
Yeah, that's a couple times after a make. They scored 5-6 seconds later. I was told that Darius Nichols' wife is actually here, so I presume that Coach Nichols home all by himself watching this game.
He's in the vicinity somewhere, maybe not in the gym, but definitely watching this game and taking notes.
Oh, tumbling down. Talford stumbles, but looks to be okay. We'll get a timeout with 15:37 to go. Jack Jules, the transfer from USC Aiken, flying around, making shots for Radford.
I'm thirsty.
Try this.
Starry.
It's a new lemon lime soda that's crisp, clear, and
so refreshing. So tasty.
What the? Just let it happen. Oh, true. It was a soda. New Starry Lemon Lime Soda. It's different.
Citywide to countryside. Whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading protection to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
I know you feel alone, like you have to carry all the weight on your shoulders. But look around. You are not alone. We have your back.
No matter what side of the court or field, there is hope to heal. Visit www.nccadv.org to take a stand against domestic violence.
There's not a secret to what actually happens behind the scenes at a bank. Here at First Citizens, we're trying to educate the client in each step of what's actually going to happen and actually have them make the educated decision around what steps and what options they utilize. We want to become that trusted advisor that actually guides them down that road, helping you reach your goals. That's Forever First.
Big South would like to thank First Citizens Bank for donating $1 for every three-point shot made this season. That guy's rocking it out, isn't he? That's for all men's and women's conference games over the regular season and in the tournament. It's all part of the First Citizens three-point community donation drive. First Citizens Bank, Forever First. Really fun basketball atmosphere here at the Bojangles Coliseum on this Friday night. And wow, Justin Archer Feels like a marked man. He just picked up his 3rd foul. He thought he had ball. He got man, and free throws are coming for Casey Harrison.
Yeah, that's a tough one. At that point, I thought that he tried to play early defense before Harrison could get up in the air.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Archer hadn't scored yet in the game, hadn't taken a shot. He had 20 points in the 2 games against Winthrop during the season. I think I said it a couple days ago, John, but the thing I love most about tournament time is the community coming together and the bands going back and forth and the mascots and the cheerleaders kind of alternating, doing their thing. There's just a festive atmosphere that's so much fun to be a part of.
The mascot dance-offs have been fun for me to watch. I've really enjoyed that.
Oh, in and out for Smith. And then losing the ball. Harrison lays out to keep it alive. What an athletic play. And then Tenari Lane gives it right back.
I tell you, Harrison's upset. He's going to need a body. He's going to need body pads, man. Looked like he's got a stinger in the elbow, too, after that dive.
I mean, that was something you don't see every day.
Yeah, willing to sacrifice his body for the possession.
Looking like a running back trying to recover a fumble.
Grip either, you can see it.
11-point game. Under 15 to play. Niang. Rebounded by Telford. He stole it away from Lane.
Those are the type of guys you want to have on your team that'll fight your own for rebounds. At least the ball's going to be in a Winthrop jersey.
That was the 10th rebound for Kelton Telford. 9th time this year. He's had double-digit boards. Last touch by Radford.
Yeah, Telford's on his way to a double-double. He's been dominant and establishing himself in the post.
But despite the +9 rebounding edge, Radford's still in control. McMahon for 3. That was wide left all the way. And, you know, it's easy to dwell on turnovers when they're piling it up. Oh, there's another one. I mean, you don't mention them when a team's just playing smooth. Radford has 1 turnover in 26 minutes.
But but the thing is Radford's also capitalizing on the turnovers they're creating. They've got 16 points.
That's a foul. They're calling it on Claxton. Brian Antoine, Shaq Jules, Sal Caresi, all coming back in for Radford. Still 14 minutes to go, but let's throw some praise to Shane Nichols. He is managing this game right now. Things are going well for Radford, but obviously there's still a lot of work to do.
No, with a small lead like this, you can never count Winthrop out. I've seen them down before where all of a sudden they can run off a few baskets and the game looks completely different.
Smith tied up, jump ball. Radford keeps it. 14 to shoot. A glimpse into what Chase Claxton can do for you. Runner-up for Big South Defensive Player of the Year behind Drew Pember. I know some people that feel Chase deserved to win that award over Drew. He led the league in blocks. Drew Pember set a Big South record earlier today for the tournament. Made 22 free throws in their quarterfinal win over Charleston Southern. He scored 29 points, but just 3 for 11. 22 of 24 from the line.
The guy knows how to get to the line. He's one of the top free throw shooters in the nation.
Offensive foul is the call. Telford got to the spot, took the hit, and Justin Archer is back to the bench with his 4th.
At this point, you know Archer is frustrated. Yeah, that's what it is.
We've been stuck on 52-41 for about 2.5 minutes now. To Jules.
And that's when Jules is at his best and when Radford's at their best, when they can get a fast break opportunity due to getting a defensive turnover or stop.
$14 for Shaq Jules, and Winthrop squelches a drought of about 3 minutes for the Eagles as Harrison adds to his total. He's now got 19, trying to keep Mark Prosser's team within striking distance. Shaq Jules, though, has had plenty of high-flying highlights tonight. Radford gets out in transition, finds the big man, and lets Shaq do the rest. Experience the power and excitement of live events with Ticket Smarter. You can find seats to more than 125,000 live events, including sports, concerts, and theater shows on Ticketsmarter.com. That includes Big South basketball games. Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. 125,000 live events, John. It's impressive. It's a lot of events. Radford was just charged with their second turnover. Fewest turnovers in a Big South tournament game all time is 3. A couple teams have done it. Asheville 3 years ago and UNC Greensboro a little more than a quarter century ago when they were in the league. 12.5 minutes to play. Sincere McMahon, Pearson the paint, throws it away. Antoine the easy interception. Josiah Jeffers. Oh, Jules was calling for it. Radford will slow it down. Jeffers, 50-year Highlander. Trying to get this team to the semis. That'll help.
Wow. Jeffers is definitely feeling it. That is 21 points off of turnovers for Radford. Really just capitalizing on Winthrop's mistakes.
It was a long 2 for Jeffers. McMahon certainly beyond the line, but Jules rips down the rebound.
Jules has been a big impact player, especially with Archer out of the game. Majority of this game with foul trouble.
Archer's going to be fresh tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have good legs.
Coming off the curl, Daquan Smith. That's a three.
Beautiful offensive play there for Radford. Really just being patient within their offense. Smith now with 16 points just off of good basketball plays.
4 of 5 from 3 for Daquan Smith. Important shot. Claxton connects.
That was one that Winthrop desperately needed.
First shot to go in for Claxton on his second attempt. And for the most part here, Radford's getting what they want at the offensive end of the floor, John.
Absolutely. They're running their stuff. They're doing what they do. Staying patient.
Right as you say that, Jules for 3 isn't what you're looking for.
Yeah, but at that point, you got to fire it at the rim.
Jules now 0 for 4 from 3 on the season. He has made 1 in his career. Daquan Smith has made a bunch, including 4 tonight.
Down here is where hard work matters, where height is measured by heart and hustle, and where excellence is earned every day. Because down here, we play for each other. We play for family. We play for our communities. And we play to be the very best. This is the Big South. This is where winners are made.
What if your future had no limits? For over a century, Radford University has been inspiring its students, shining light on the path towards successful careers and a brighter future. With a thriving campus nestled in Virginia's magnificent Blue Ridge Mountains, from places near and far, Radford University students come from a myriad of backgrounds. Our common ground is the dream of a better tomorrow. Let Radford University help you realize yours. Visit radford.edu.
Citywide to countryside. Whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading protection to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
10 minutes, 16 seconds to go on this Friday night. Thanks for staying up late with us, wherever you may be. Tired eyes, but you never know what you might see in March, so hope you'll stay up for the final quarter of this basketball game. Sal Caresi and Radford up 13. It's a Winthrop team that, well, they're in trouble. They need to score.
Yeah, but the thing is with Winthrop, and I've seen them down before, when they can get into a rhythm, tough.
Blocking fouls to call on this particular play. It'll go against Jeffers. It'll be his second. Sometimes I just shake my head and say, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna just go with it. Like, I don't know. If I was a coach, I would ask, what could he have done differently? You know, if I'm Radford. But at that point, you know, it is what it is, and I know that Harrison, who has been phenomenal today, has put a lot of pressure to make those refs have to make that call because he's been such a threat getting downhill.
What's it been like crafting your demeanor as a basketball coach? You've done some coaching in the Asheville area.
Yeah. I don't know about crafting. I just know that it's just kind of like my natural. I'm pretty authentic when it comes to that. Like I got a lot of energy, but at the same time, I don't yell a lot at my players or anything like that. I don't berate them. You know, just make it as fun as possible.
What about your relationship with the officials?
I've only asked for one tech, and I got it.
Caressi with a nifty finger roll. That's a story for another time, John Williams.
Yeah, I asked for it. He said, do you want it? I said, I want it. Give it to me, please. Go.
Kelton Taffer was calling for it. He's got it, and he scores, plus the foul. Caressi's like, what am I supposed to do there? They're calling on Niang.
Yeah. Yeah, Talford has definitely been controlling and dominating that paint. He's got to capitalize on the free throw line.
Yeah, that's 6 missed free throws for Winthrop.
He should be at a double-double at this point. And I think he's just 9 and 11, I think.
You got it. Doesn't it feel like Radford's up by more than 11?
Yeah, but honestly, Winthrop being efficient for the most part when they actually run their stuff is why they're still in this game.
Caressi doing work on the glass. And this is a team. Jeffers back in the starting lineup today. But to bring, you know, 2 guys who are 6'10", in their 5th years of college basketball, Sal Caressi and Majao Niang off the bench. Another guy, DeAndre Pierce, we haven't seen yet today. More 6'10" length. They got Yamazaki, who had the 3 quick fouls, but he's 6'7". I mean, this is a long Radford team, and Winthrop's had some trouble with that.
Yeah, definitely. The length can pose a threat, and then obviously with the size that they have brought in, Caressi being one of them. And this guy came from Richmond. I mean, that is a disciplined program that runs good sets. They run out of the Princeton. You have to have high IQ post players to do that, and he is one of those guys.
.13-point game now. Harrison, the only Eagle in double figures. He's got 21. Hightower. Rebounded by Antoine. Highlanders didn't get to the quarterfinals last year. They lost in overtime in the first round of the 8-9 game. Oh, behind back door, Niang then throws it away. And a reaching foul's going on Caressi in the backcourt. And that's the 8th team foul, so this will give Winthrop a chance if they can make their free throws. It'll be 1-1 for Chase Claxton. 67% from the line this year.
And for this game especially, Winthrop has really struggled at the charity stripe. A lot of that is Talford, who puts a lot of pressure on in the post to shoot free throws, and 1 for 6 right now.
4 points for Claxton. I like this nugget on Chase. The illustrious history of Winthrop basketball. Chase Claxton is the first guy ever to lead the program in blocks 4 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, man, I get it. I mean, the guy is all over the place, can serve as somebody who can guard the post, somebody who can guard from weak side. He's good on ball and off ball, which is why he was in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation.
8 minutes to play. Jules over Talford for 2.
Oh, that's great touch with the left from Jules there. I thought Talford did a good job of just maintaining his ground and staying strong in that first bump.
I said before that Winthrop needs to score, but really Winthrop needs to get some stops, because as long as Radford keeps scoring, it doesn't matter if they trade buckets.
Yeah, that's been the main thing as far as Radford has been able to run their stuff efficiently without being disrupted by Winthrop. You've got balanced scoring, got a Jeffers with 16 points, Smith with 16 points. You've got Jules with 16 points. I mean, you've got a lot of guys that are able to fill it up for him right now.
Hightower with a block. Harrison to Claxton, swirls it down.
Yeah, you can never count this Winthrop team out. They are one of those teams that can fight and claw back as soon as they see it go into the basket a couple of times.
Ezzy Akuda to the bucket.
Ezzy Akuda taking advantage. He's not one of the primary scorers, but does seize opportunities given when the defense falls asleep.
Talford up and under. Kelton into double figures for the 28th time in 30 games this year. He's got 11.
11 and 11. This guy definitely has been dominating the paint. And we're talking about a guy that is not a big body, but plays like it.
Hightower chases down the rebound and then draws the foul in the corner. So Winthrop's going to have a 1-and-1 with a chance to get it back within 10 when we come back. 6 minutes to go on Quarterfinal Friday here in Charlotte. With Radford up 12, here's a look at our game summary brought to you by Hercules Tires. Jules, Smith, and Jeffers each have 16 points for the Highlanders. Winthrop has more free throw attempts, but they've missed 7 big shots, and the Highlanders with just 3 turnovers in 34 minutes. That'll win you a lot of games.
Yeah, the main difference in today's game is efficiency. Radford has been efficient. They have left little on the table for Winthrop to take advantage of.
And a missed front end of a 1-and-1 for Corey Hightower as we return to action. And that stings.
It really does, especially when they are trying to make a run.
Away from the ball. They got Winthrop's Sincere McMahon. picked up the 2 quick fouls early in the first half. There's his third.
McMahon's been quiet, but a lot of that's because of the foul trouble. And then obviously Radford has done a good job of knowing where he is when Winthrop is in offense. Wow. Jeffers continuing to carry on that hot streak from the perimeter.
He's had a night. 19 for Jeffers. Harrison still the game size scorer with 23.
Harrison has just been unstoppable. There has not been an answer for him. When he gets to the paint, he's either scoring or drawing the foul.
There's just something about the Winthrop body language right now, John. It's like someone needs to take it upon themselves to change this game at the defensive end if they're going to have any chance.
And that's what it comes down to. It's not the offense. We know they can score.
Yeah, they're shooting 59% in the second half. But that is happening too easily.
Yeah,
Jules with 18.
There hasn't been an answer for these guys. Jules, you know, as far as that goes, he's been tough to stop.
No resistance. Telford's going to get his 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the night. May not want to go back there. He's just 1 for 6.
Yeah, look at Jules just establishing himself, getting slippery, getting into the open area and just punishing the rim.
Caressi back in. Niang takes a seat. Just picked up the foul. His 4th. .458 to play. Kevin McGeehan for the Campbell Camels awaiting the winner of this one. That'll be the 2 o'clock game tomorrow, which likely will start closer to 2:30. At noon, it's the top seed UNC Asheville and the 4 seed USC Upstate.
A lot of sliding going on out there on that floor.
And it's been slippery. 7 to shoot here for the Highlanders. And they continue to get out there with the mops and the towels, trying to deal with the condensation. Look, you get the sweat, perspiration from the players. There's also the ice underneath the court that slowly, indiscriminately, casually comes to the surface in terms of condensation. 5 to shoot. Jeffers rebounded by Harrison.
Jeffers tried to sneak that one in. Just he's been very good at getting to the basket efficiently today.
Harrison on the dribble. He's got a career high 25 points.
Really has not been an answer for him. But it's not about him being offensively efficient. It's more about Winthrop finding ways to accumulate defensive stops against Radford.
Yeah, I mean, down 11 with 4 minutes to go. There's time, but Winthrop just hasn't put together consecutive stops really the entire second half.
A ton of time. I mean, it is something that is still making this game a winnable one for the Winthrop Eagles. They just got to start making sure they execute defensively.
Jeffers tripped up there. That'll get us to our under 4 timeout. 3:44 to go. Radford clings to the 11-point lead. The 2023 Big South Men's Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Visit HerculesTires.com. By the North Carolina Coalition Against Domestic Violence at nccadv.org. By Sunbelt Rentals, we have equipment for that. And by First Citizens Bank, forever first. Back here at the Bojangles Coliseum, got about 82 minutes, 81 minutes now left in this Friday night. And then it's semifinal Saturday, John. 4 games to set up Sunday's title matchups. The men are on the stage first at noon and 2, and then the women are back on the court at 6 and 8, respectively. It's going to be a heck of a day here at the Bowplex. Radford trying to clinch their spot in the men's tourney Final Four, and Sal Caresi helping the cause.
That's a beautiful move from Caresi there, just going right in the chest of Hightower and finishing over his left shoulder.
McMahon's got open once, but they've done a pretty good job defending him.
Oh, yeah.
Telford perseveres.
Yeah, Kelton Telford is up to 15 and 11, just really dominating in that paint.
At the offensive end. Can he stop Jules at the defensive end?
Yeah, well, just a number of guys out there that try to stop it for Radford.
On a legal screen here. I think they got Jeffers. Jeffers like, I'm on the ground. How is that on me? That's, well, like Harrison snuck in there and kind of stole the ball in the handoff, and then Jeffers ran into him, so yeah, I can see that's a foul.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Mark Prosser in danger of falling to 1-4 as the Eagles head coach against Radford. Highlanders have had his number.
Their style of play is very tough to deal with. They play efficient basketball. They're not turning the ball over. They're not making unforced errors. And I mean, that's big. I mean, a lot of that has to, and then, you know, they're defending Winthrop very well.
10-point game. 2:45 left. With acting head coach Shane Nichols leading this Radford team. They're closing in on a berth in the Big South semis. Offensive foul on Jeffers. It's his 4th.
And Harrison being crafty there, going under the screen, meeting Jeffers at the right place at the right time.
Radford's largest lead was 16. 11:15 to go. They were up 59-43. Winthrop has not had it in single digits at any point here in the second half.
Yeah, you cannot count this Winthrop team out. They have been, and I think they have earned the respect of this league for years based on how they've played and how they've impacted it.
Telford makes it an 8-point game.
Can't count them out.
Pressure in the backcourt. Jeffers in trouble and a reach-in foul on Hightower. 1-1 for Jeffers at the other end.
And we talked about it before. Winthrop knows, and they've been in these situations before when they know how to rally back. Right there, great find. Harrison to Telford. 2 offensive bright spots for Winthrop today.
Number 4 on Corey Hightower.
Harrison's got 26 points, 4 assists.
1-1 here for Jeffers. Clutch.
Needed.
Reading Shane's lips, I believe he said on a make, I'm going to call a timeout.
Yeah, definitely something that you got to start to factor in and plan for going into the back end to fight that press that Winthrop put on Radford, where they struggled to get open.
A make, a timeout, as expected. 2:10 to play. Back to a 10-point game. While we have a moment, let's name our Hercules Tire strong move of the game. I just had a hunch it might involve Shaq Jules.
Yeah, I mean, he had several of them strong moves, but none better than that one where he was able to corral that lob pass that was a little bit far out, brought it down, didn't care who was under there, made sure he finished with authority.
Jules 8 of 11, 18 points, and the author of our strong move of the game, brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Jules has a couple of strong tires on him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got some tires. I mean, it's got some good tread.
All right. Here's a John Wooden situation. If you're Winthrop, be quick, but don't hurry.
One of the John Wooden parables.
Telford with 16 on the shot clock, lays it in. Full court pressure from the Eagles. Into Jules, and a foul immediately given by McMahon. That'll be his fourth foul. Jules, who made 2/3 of his free throws this season, and who's 2 for 3 from the line tonight, will have a 1-1 here with 1:48 remaining.
Telford has been a special player tonight. Just really establishing himself, just finding the angles he needs. It's not like he's doing post moves or shimmies or hook shots and stuff like that. He is just bullying his way in the paint.
In and out, Eagles ball.
They're moving fast too.
Harrison hits the trailer Hightower, who needs help. Telford inside, and a foul on Jules on the floor. It's his second, and it'll be 2 shots for Telford, who's 3 of 8 at the line.
Yeah, these are going to be big free throws for Telford. They want to continue to cut into this Radford lead.
Got 2 shots. Now for Telford. His 8th 20-point game of the season. Second one won't go, and Jules grabs his 5th board. So it's still a 3-possession game, under 90 seconds to play. Radford taking time off the clock, looking for a dagger.
And they've got to be efficient in this play.
Claxton doing a nice job staying with Smith on the perimeter, chasing him. So it's Jeffers fouled with a 2-handed hold from Harrison. It'll send Jeffers to the line for 1-1. Josiah is 3 for 3 from the line today.
And not only with the 21 points that he's brought to the table, his ability to facilitate with the 7 assists that he's got tonight has been very impressive.
And you really felt the experience and poise of this Radford team. It's very steady throughout most of the night.
They really have. No good, but the rebound battle. Jules had it, and then Telford comes up with it. Here's Winthrop, down 7. Ball popping around, tough shot, short for Lane. In the corner, out of bounds to Radford. That was a jumpy possession. Yeah, a tough possession, and I know that Winthrop was hoping to capitalize on. You could see the scramble in Radford to make sure that they got back in the open floor, because Winthrop was down the floor in a hurry to try to get something quick, fast, and make sure that they could be efficient. But right there, just missed the shot there. A lot of that was because of the scramble ability of Radford. Dangerous inbound pass stolen. McKelvey the theft. Can Winthrop get a decent look here? And Mark Prosser is going to take a timeout to try and diagram that decent look. 47.7 left. That's Winthrop's penultimate timeout. We have seen the inability to get in an inbound pass be very damaging today here at the Big South Tournament, John. Yeah, I've seen Winthrop have to claw back from behind before in the past, and they've made it really difficult for teams to inbound the ball, and they're really good at denying the ball. And you got to think, too, Radford has done a really good job of taking care of the ball, but picked up some quick turnovers due to the intense pressure that Winthrop has stepped up.
There are 6 players in the game currently with 4 personal fouls. 2 on Winthrop, 4 on Radford. Archer, Jeffers, Caresi, and Niang each have 4. Archer and Jeffers, I beg your pardon, just Jeffers in the game right now.
Jeffers has got to be careful, because the thing is, for him, Telford. Not sure if that would have counted if he had gotten it in the bucket, but it's a foul on Jules. Number 3 on Shaq. And Telford did a really good job of just staying grounded there.
If that shot had gone in, would it have been an N1?
Today, probably.
What's that mean?
It just depends on the pulse of the refs. Some would say no, he was on the ground. Some would say it's in motion.
Valiant volunteer doing some mopping work in front of the bench.
Look at him, he's moving.
Good technique.
Yeah.
That guy has a future in curling if he wants to invest in that sport.
It's fun to watch. I didn't think it would be.
Once every 4 years, sure.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
This free throw, killer. I think almost, I mean, you want to make it, but you also need to get the ball back, and the most likely way to get the ball back is to miss it and get the rebound.
Yeah, well, I'd be confident in the half or in the full court pressure as well. I thought that Winthrop has done a really good job of denying the ball and really putting pressure on Radford.
Those 2 misses combined with a defensive board and the foul leave the Eagles in dire straits.
And Winthrop at 54% from the free throw line. That's something that if Winthrop does lose this game,
14 to 26.
You got to have that conversation in the locker room of certain things that you want to say are controllables for you.
It looks like the Eagles are going to suffer their first losing season in a decade. 10 straight consecutive years with a winning record. But that's 11th consecutive season, 500 or better. Does not look like it will come to fruition in year 2 of the Mark Prosser era in Rock Hill. That bassist is enjoying herself. McMahon with 35 seconds. Hop, skip, and a jump. Can't convert. Loose ball. Winthrop's got it. McMahon Step back, short, Radford's ball, and that'll do it. Eagles don't look like they're going to foul. Highlanders across half court. And with head coach Darius Nichols watching from afar, his older brother Shane helps engineer a victory in the Big South Tournament. 78-69, Radford eliminates Winthrop to move on to the semifinals.
Radford just played